Lauren Hersh is the national director of that group, and she spoke at the rally. She joins us now. Tell us a little bit more, Lauren.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me. Well, yesterday was an incredibly powerful day. We had more than 20 Epstein and Maxwell survivors join forces on the Hill. Many of them spoke. They spoke so powerfully, and I think you nailed it. Watching them together in solidarity, speaking their truth, was just, it really set the stage for the rest of the day, and the call to action was very clear. It's time to release those files.
Do you feel that will move the needle at all, though?
I mean, if that doesn't do it, I just don't know what could. Listening to those incredible women speak about the just tremendous trauma that they have experienced at the hands of Maxwell and Epstein and so many other perpetrators who've had no accountability to date, it was really deeply moving.
President Trump yesterday called this push a hoax and blamed Democrats. What's your reaction to that characterization?
I think that President Trump and everybody should be listening to survivors in this moment. I think the American public heard loud and clear the voices of these survivors. And I think we all must really make a determination at this point what's true and what's a hoax.
Mm.
Allison?
Lauren, yeah, thanks, Dave. Lauren, 33,000 roughly pages of the Epstein files have been already released. What more is there? What do the survivors think is being kept from the public?
Well, 33,000 documents sounds like so many, and yes, it is. But we're talking about 20 plus years of exploitation, hundreds, if not more than 1,000 victims. And I suspect that 33,000 documents simply scratch the surface. So, what are we looking for? We're looking for financial documents. We're looking for any sort of records that connect Epstein and Maxwell to all of these other perpetrators, right? We know that they weren't acting alone. The survivors are telling us that they weren't acting alone, that they had so many people coming in that mansion and in his places and out of those places. So many people on the planes. There were people working for Epstein, and the list just goes on. And so I just believe that there are so many other details that have not yet been released and that the public deserves to know.
Well, thankfully, we do have AI, and several congressmen put those documents in. Only 3% of what was released was actually new. So I do have to ask you, the most important moment I thought was when these women said they're going to release their own list. And Marjorie Taylor Greene said, I'm going to take that list and I'm going to read it on the floor of the House. What's the likelihood that that happens?
Well, listen, I think that these women have been silenced and sidelined for so many years that they are finally at the point where they're like, we're not going to wait for any more systems to do right by us. We're going to take it in our own hands. We're going to join forces and we're going to make this happen. And that's exactly what should happen at this point. And then the world will know and Congress can do their job.
All right, Lauren Hersh, thank you for joining us this morning as we continue to watch whether that in fact happens, whether there's a list that comes out and whether more documents come out. We appreciate it.